Hi guys, and welcome to Extreme Fall Cleaning and Decorating. I have so many really good ideas to share with you that are quick, easy, look beautiful, get the job done, and I really hope that you enjoy this. So please like and subscribe if you do, and let's dive right in. Alright guys, so we have a bunch of really fun fall themed projects to get into, as you know, and before we do any of those, we need to first prep our workspace. So I'm just doing a quick clean and declutter of the kitchen island, and then I'm going to wipe it down with the apple cider scent from Mrs. Meyer's. I have always loved this one. It's always been my favorite. It's crisp, it's clean, it's not sugary sweet. I'm not huge into like the sugary sweet scent, so I love this one. I look forward to using it every season, and I'm just going to spray down the countertops all throughout the kitchen, wipe them down, and then we can get into something really fun, really cute that I've never done before. So I'm excited to share it with you. And for any of you who missed part one, I will make sure it's linked at the top of the description box. So obviously this one is part two. This one is decorating and cleaning, and part one was just decorating. So today we're going to be adding to all the projects we started in part one, and I am so excited to show you guys all of this stuff. I definitely spent some time prepping for this one, and I just absolutely love how everything is coming together. So this whole video is going to be super satisfying. But anyways, I am almost done wiping down the counters in the kitchen, just working my way from left to right, making sure everything is not only clean but smells so good with that apple cider scent. And I cannot wait to get started with our fall simmer pot. But before I do that, I figured I would just wipe down the stovetop really quick. It's not too bad, which means it's going to be very easy to clean. And of course, it just keeps it very aesthetic over here. I don't want my perfect fall simmer pot sitting on top of a mess. So let's wipe this down real quick. I'm just using that apple cider fall scent from Mrs. Meyer's, a little bit of water, and a microfiber towel. Sometimes I use my Dawn dish soap and warm water. It just depends how bad it is. And I always recommend a microfiber towel on a stainless steel stovetop, because on our last one I stained it with paper, or not stained it, I scratched it with paper towel. I didn't even realize that could happen. It seems like it shouldn't, you know, like people use paper towel on everything, but figured I would just mention that because I don't want anyone else to have that same experience. So I'm just wiping from one side to the other. We're almost done here, and then we'll do a little talk through and chit chat portion and get this started. It looks so good, and you guys, it smelled amazing. I loved smelling it all day. So if you've never done this, you have to try it. So now we're going to make a fall simmer pot. I've never made one of these before, but they look so elegant, they look so beautiful, and obviously they smell incredible. So there is literally an endless amount of ways you can do this. I did look for cranberries, but it's the beginning of September and I live in Florida, as many of you know, so there's no cranberries around here quite yet. But oranges, rosemary, cinnamon, and vanilla are all very common ingredients for these simmer pots. And I just bought this on Amazon. It was a great deal, so I'm gonna link it for you guys in the description box below. Very cute. Obviously can be used for cooking along with these simmer pots, but having it in something that is a glass is just like the most ideal, I think, because, you know, I can see through it completely and it's gonna look beautiful and smell beautiful. So let's get started. I have cinnamon sticks, I have an orange and rosemary, I did look for some vanilla in our pantry, but I'm not seeing it. So honestly, I'm just gonna start with these, some water, and I cannot wait to smell this throughout the rest of the video. It's gonna look cute. And this hasn't started simmering yet. I want to do a really nice shot for you once it does, but I wanted to show you guys in this corner. I just ordered these on Amazon after I filmed that part 1. I've never had salt and pepper shakers I felt like I could leave out on a counter, and how aesthetically pleasing are these? They also come in a wood color and in black, and they have the S&P on the top for salt and pepper, obviously, but I've only ever had like the shakers from the grocery store, so I never leave them out. And I just thought this would be so nice to have right off the stove when I'm making dinner. I have these really, really pretty ones, so I will link those too. And of course, once it starts simmering, I took the lid off so I can smell it for the next several hours. That would also be great to do if you have guests coming over. Now look at this bowl. You know it's from HomeGoods. I didn't even have to tell you, especially if you're a regular viewer. I could not say no to it, so we'll figure out what to do with that a little bit later in the video. I did see some marks on the island, so I just want to wipe that down real quick. I have to wipe down the fronts of the drawers pretty regularly, but the rest of it I do seasonally, so figured I would mention that for all of your seasonal cleaning throughout the fall season. Now we're going to move into the dining room. I want to redo the tabletop that we did in part 1 because, you guys, I found this wreath that is literally the same exact thing as the garland. I couldn't even believe it. And you know, I always talk about follow throughs in my decorating videos. I like to follow through in other areas of my home. The same thing I've done in one area. Hopefully that makes sense, just so things feel cohesive and there's not just one loud and proud element in one space and not anywhere else. So we're gonna have the wreath actually on the dining table with a plate underneath it, just a dinner plate. Honestly, it is like the perfect thing to level up under there to set things on. That way it has a little bit of extra height added and things are not swallowed in that wreath. And then the garland we'll put on the stairs, and it's gonna look so good. It's a 2-day project, but girl, it is so worth it. And how easy is this, but so beautiful, so elegant. I love the glass pumpkins. That's what I've had for a couple of years. And then as you can see, I'm just laying those felt and velvet pumpkins around it. I want it perfectly imperfect, so I'm not really counting how many are going, just until it looks good from every angle. This also will give us a little more room on the table, not having something all the way across. So all in all, super quick, super easy, and I like this so much better than how it looked before. Now, most of us think of stair garland as a Christmas thing, a winter thing, but I also love it in the fall season. And again, it's just so elegant and beautiful. And I'm starting to adhere this with hair ties and twine, guys, like a wire twine. Literally, that's what I use, but I'm gonna hide it on the second day of recording this video, and it's gonna look so good, so don't even worry about that. I was first concerned with finding the center, but I realized I should just start with the top and the bottom and then find the center after. And might not perfectly be the center because again, I'm working with two separate pieces, so you've just got to make it work with what you have. Now I have, look at this, you guys. I'm obsessed with this plummy purple, and I'm going to be adding this on the top, the bottom, and the middle. I have 6 individual pieces I'm going to wrap around the garland, and then we'll add in some pumpkins, and you will see throughout the next several seconds this just really comes together, and I love it. I love looking at it every day, so I can't wait to hear what you guys think too. And here is a little progress clip for you. So now I'm going to add in my navy pumpkins, the same pumpkins we were using on the dining table. And to do this, I'm just going to use these stretchy hair ties. They're clear, so you really cannot see them unless you are like super duper up close. I'm just going to wrap these around the leaves on the garland and add them one by one. Of course, they are a similar tone, similar color to the actual garland, but they do still stand out in person, and I love this so much. This is like my second favorite aspect of this garland. Wait until you see what we do on day 2. It like really finishes it off. But yes, one by one, we're gonna add on these pumpkins all throughout the garland, and it just adds to the look of this so much. It really helps to make it a lot more cohesive with the rest of our downstairs decorating. This is the mess that we are left with after. So now we're gonna clean this up before we move on to something new. Our mess is all cleaned up. The garland is not quite done yet, but we will get into that later, as I said. Now we're going to go outside and work on our fall florals. I was really excited to go pick up some mums for this video. Of course, there are so many colors to choose from. There's white, there's orange, there's red, and there was purple. But you guys, literally all the mums right now at Lowe's. Oh, and how pretty is this? The blue and the white with a little bit of yellow. All the mums, like rows and rows and rows at Lowe's, were still green. None are anywhere near bloomed, so I'll have to give you an update on how these turn out throughout the next couple of weeks. But as you can see in the label there, I have the purple, and then the flowers behind it are looking less than lively at the moment, but I love those because they always come back within like a couple of days at the longest. So the after clip, I will show you those other flowers looking so much better. But yes, I wanted to add to the florals on this porch here, and I just really want to fill these up with white pumpkins as well. I honestly haven't seen pumpkins in store literally anywhere here, which I'm kind of surprised about, but as soon as I see white pumpkins, I will definitely be getting them, and I'll show you guys either here or on Instagram, wherever I can get it up first. So at this point, it was literally 93, 94 degrees, and then you had the sunshine on top. Girl, it was hot. So I took a break for the day after watering everything, getting a little more life back into them. And now we're going to get into filming day 2. Lots of cleaning, lots of decorating, lots of all the things we still need to catch up on from yesterday. So first things first, I'm going to leaf blow everything out here, get all of the dirt off the porch, get everything just looking nice and cleaned up. And As you can see, I still have so much empty space, so girl, I cannot wait to get all of those pumpkins out here. But for now, we will arrange our flowers, make sure everything is nice and clean, and I'm looking forward to it cooling up a little bit so I can actually sit outside and enjoy this space. And guys, I can't wait to show you the actual after of these flowers in just a couple of seconds, because the white ones really came back so much. They're looking a lot better, one a little better than the other, but girl, look at this. Look at the blue and the white, so pretty. Once the purple has bloomed, I just cannot wait to see it with those white pumpkins I keep talking about. But all in all, only took a couple minutes, and I'm so happy with how this one turned out. I can't wait to keep adding to it and slowly but surely just get so many more flowers out here. And we are back inside to start doing a lot more seasonal cleaning projects and to enjoy that air conditioning. So the first one I'm starting here is dusting all of our shutters. We got these probably 6 months ago. I could not be more obsessed with them. Seriously, love them so much. And we have them all throughout the house. Of course, there's the option to have shutters that go like all the way across your window, but I love to physically open these shutters every day. Just let that sunlight pour in. And I honestly don't think dusting these is tedious at all. You only really have to do it a couple times a year. So of course, seasonally, I'm just using a Swiffer dusting wand, top and bottom. And I really don't think it takes that much longer to have the split style and dust them than all the way across. And you guys will also notice throughout these seasonal cleaning projects, I'm focusing on the downstairs because I highly recommend that. Splitting up the upstairs and the downstairs, or half of your house if you're able to. It just helps you get through so many more projects, obviously, so it helps you to stay like 10 times more motivated. I've just learned that through trial and error. It's hard for me to get going when I'm doing the entire house, but if I'm going to split it up half and half, I am so much more energized throughout the entire day, and my list is like 2 times more complete. And the next seasonal cleaning project we're going to get into is dusting the top of the cabinets. Guys, obviously I do this regularly, like a couple times a year, and I still cannot believe how much dust accumulates. I mean, I do a lot of cleaning like every day, and I definitely don't have this much dust anywhere, so I'll show you the after. It's super satisfying, but I wanted to include this in this video because if you have not done this in a while, girl, today is the day. Look at the Swiffer dusting sheet. Obviously, I shouldn't have waited this long, but again, I swear I do this seasonally like 3 or 4 times a year, so that is a lot of dust that accumulates in just a couple months. The next project we are getting into is sanitizing and wiping down the recycling bin, the garbage, vacuuming this out, wiping it down. Highly recommend that you do this every once in a while. Once you're up close and personal, you really do see so much more than you ever thought was there in the first place. And again, this one really only takes a couple minutes, so absolutely worth your time. And moving right along to another seasonal cleaning project. This is one I definitely don't enjoy, so that's why I split it up from upstairs and downstairs. Wiping down all of the marks that accumulate on the doors and the trim. Of course, downstairs is worse than upstairs for us, and I'm sure for almost all of you as well, just since you spend the vast majority of your time downstairs. So there was a lot of surprises. I have a 3, almost 4-year-old, so there is food. There is, of course, scuff marks from shoes, the most common thing. And also around the hinges on your doors, you'll start to notice small black marks and smears and smudges. So my fall Mrs. Meyer scent to keep me motivated and just scrubbing everything with a microfiber towel. Alright, so I just ran to Joann Fabrics to get this really beautiful fabric. It's like very similar to the plum tones that I've been adding throughout the house for fall. And we're going to use this on the stair garland to hide the hair ties. And it's almost like a twine that I use to adhere the garland onto the stairs. So I obviously did not have this yesterday, which is why I want to add it on today. And I'm going to do some of the ribbons a little bit longer just so it's like flowy and feminine. And I think we'll definitely give it a more like an elegant feel, I guess is what I'm trying to go for. So this is going to help with that so much. And after I added all 3 bows on, I realized I had some extra ribbon and I wanted to gently and just like subtly wrap it throughout the rest of the garland. I think that added so much to it. I am so obsessed. Highly recommend you try something like this if you've never done it before. And that is officially everything for part 2 of my cleaning and decorating series for 2023. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Definitely consider subscribing if you're new to my channel. I would absolutely love to have you here. Let me know down below which part of the video was your favorite, and I will see you right here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye!